windshield wipers come on. Anyway, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Elaine. I'm the owner of what? LBE. Okay, so this is not your average basket making video. This is just like a small little vlog of my everyday life. I am not always in the shop making gift baskets. I have other priorities and other things to do. I am actually on my way to the grocery store now. I had to drop Max off because he had to go to the vet this morning, and that was not a pleasant experience for him because he does not like to get his nails trimmed. So actually, he don't like going to the vet at all, and he barely likes to ride in the car. Now he'll ride in the car a little bit more calmer with my husband, but actually no, I think it's more calmer with me, come to think about it. I don't know if it's because of my seats in my car are pretty big and wide. He likes to sit on my husband's lap 24/7 while he's driving, but he don't sit on mine. He get right there in that seat and just sit there and look around. But another thing that calms him down too is when the windows are cracked and he can hear the air flowing through. That calms his anxiety down as well. But he's on medication, but he still wasn't going at this nail trimming. He got his vaccination, and then they got to the front of his fingernails, and he was like, "I'm done. Don't worry about it." So he snapped on them, and they put the thing over his face, but he's still like, he's a squirmer. Like, he will keep going and keep kicking until he gets out of your hands. I don't know why they don't have like two people, trying to hold him down, which is crazy. It takes two people to hold this little bitty dog down. He ain't but 17 pounds. Well, he ain't little bitty, but he's 17 pounds. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they go through in the back. I can't really say. But luckily she didn't charge me for the nail trim today because they didn't get him done. They ain't even touched the front ones. So anyway, he's got to go back next week. So that's that on that. And hold on, y'all. Sorry, I'm trying to get my protein shake down. I'm trying to drink one of these a day, and it's just the caramel protein shake. I use the Walmart brand, honey. I ain't got time for, they already high as it is. And I just mix it with a little coffee. It's my own little thing. It's my own little way of drinking it. I can't drink the protein shake straight, but I need to drink the protein shakes. I just, I've been on them ever since I was on that keto diet, and I have not stopped drinking the protein shakes. That is the number one thing I drink at least once a day. I may be a chunky woman, but I am not an unhealthy chunky woman. Oh, me. I probably could use a little more physical activity, but as far as eating habits go, yeah, I don't sit around and just eat on cakes, cookies, and chips and everything else. But anywho, we are headed to the grocery store because that's another errand I have to run to get our groceries, our weekly groceries. And we do weekly because my husband takes his lunch, and it just really depends on what he wants to eat. And then two, I have to keep him stocked up on Gatorades and things like that because he works outside. So he takes quite a bit of drinks a day. He has his waters, he has his Gatorades, and then he's still kind of on sodas or whatever, so he gets like one soda a day. Yeah, I keep him on a strict limit with the sodas, honey, because I ain't about that life. I don't drink sodas. I haven't had a soda in probably 20 years. I stopped drinking them a long time ago, especially when I got on that keto diet years ago. So I haven't had a soda since. Don't even crave them anymore. But yeah, we're headed to the grocery store. I'm going to try to give you guys some concepts. I know a lot of people, are saying that they don't have a Dollar General, Dollar Tree, a Family Dollar, none of that in their areas where they live at. I'm just really shocked by that, unless you're like in a whole nother country. But if you're in like the United States, you should have at least one type of store. I would think. I could be wrong, but I would think you at least have one store, and Dollar Tree is very popular. I mean, maybe it's a 99-cent store they call it where you live at. I'm not sure, but there's got to be some kind of discounted store that sells items similar to the dollar stores. I mean, that's got to be really, really difficult to live in an area that you can't get anything at a discounted rate. Like, how do you live? I mean, I'm just curious, not to offend anybody. I've never, I guess because I don't know and I've never been and seen it personally, it's just hard for me to believe that with the way this world is and the way poverty is and everything else, how do the low income people shop? Like, where do they go? Because I know a lot of low income people shop at the dollar stores. They don't shop at Walmart. A lot of people just don't like Walmart or Kroger's or any other places. And then, again, with their income, it's easy for them to find simple meals at the dollar stores and just eat it like that and do it like that versus to sit there and go to the, the bigger stores or whatever. So I'm just curious. It's like, y'all don't have like no kind of discounted store. But anyway, I'm still going to help as much as I possibly can, because that is what I'm here for. So I'm going to try to go into Walmart. We're going to start with Walmart first. I may swing into Ross. So I may do a video on Ross. I'm going to separate the two stores. That way you can see the different concepts. But I'm going to try to look for items in those particular stores to give you an idea of some small, inexpensive gifts that you can create. Now, give or take, you probably will spend at least $10. But I'm gonna try to keep it under $50. Honestly, $10 to $15 is probably what your investment's gonna be. But I can probably keep it under that. So I'm gonna challenge myself today to go and see if I can come up with different concepts for you guys. And I'm gonna make 2 separate videos for those particular things, because trying to record and get groceries and everything else, it just ain't gonna work. So anyway, this is the life of a basket maker / entrepreneur. At the end of the day, I still have daily life chores to do. This first one was taking Max to the vet. The second one is going grocery shopping. And as you can see, I do have a list. I stick to a list because I have to stick to a budget. I do not have money coming from a paycheck. Okay? So in order to maintain our household and still also maintain our budget to stay on track, it takes a lot. So again, I'm not always making baskets. I'm also paying bills and making sure money is spent the way it needs to be spent and not blowing it 24/7. Now don't get me wrong, we do splurge a little bit because we make that work. But as far as like eating out 24/7, we don't do that. This is just a life. I'm just giving y'all pointers of what it takes to what the sacrifice takes, because it is a sacrifice, especially when you first starting to do it. This is my second year being without a full-time job. So I'm gonna tell you, it is a sacrifice on an everyday basis. It's a sacrifice not to get out here and just blow money, which is why I shop a lot of clearance. Now I do have business money separate from personal. I do advise that because now you probably won't be able to do that right off the bat, because I know I didn't. It was mixed in, baby. Every time I got paid, I set aside $50 to $100, depending on the paycheck and what we had to pay. I sacrificed $50 to $100 out of my personal paycheck, not my husband's but mine, to go towards my business. And that's how I had to do it in order to start. You got to start somewhere, and you can't just, there's business money there. No, it's not. If you just want to go get 12 million credit cards or something and just run your business off of that, go, hey, by all means do what you do. But mine is solely ran off of income that I have made over the years and over the time, and I try to keep a certain amount in there. And when I clearance shop, I try to spend this. I set a budget for clearance shopping, and if I have reached that budget, I do not go to another store. I take my butt home. Although I may want to, unless it's a penny day, then I go to all the stores. I don't really care because I got plenty of change. But as far as like the 90% off sales and stuff like that, I try to get things that I know that I'm going to use. And I didn't used to be that way. I used to get everything and be like, okay, I'll figure it out. But then some days I did figure it out. Or sometimes I didn't figure it out. So I made sure I got things that I knew I was going to use. and I stayed to a particular budget. And once I reached my budget, that was it. Tapped out, go home. So that's how I did that, especially this past sale. That's just the way I don't overspend, and I continue to have a certain amount of income in my account to cover any business expenses or anything that I may need to cover. So I keep it very strict over here, guys. So I just want to give y'all some pointers on a little bit of how this works, because you still have to pay yourself at the end of the day. You still have to put the money, the income in your account, your business account, and it also works better tax purposes, for to have your money separated. So all of my somebody asked me how I take my payments. All of my payments can be either Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, or debit and credit. Everything is registered on the Love Basket Express. When you ask me, what's your Cash App, LBE? Love Basket Express. What's your Venmo, LBE? Love Basket Express. So therefore, every bit of that income, when I get those statements from all of those places, when I get my statements, I'll have all my statements together along with my bank statement to go for Love Basket Express. So if you have a Cash App and you're accepting Cash App payments, and if you are trying to do this thing year round and stuff like that, I advise that you put those particular things in your company name. This is just advice, guys. I'm not telling y'all to do this or you have to do this, but I just, as an advice from me personally, I will put everything in the company name. So therefore you don't have to explain anything, you know what I'm saying? So that's my take on that. I hope this video, sorry, this road is rough, y'all, and my window thingy Baba Jr. is just bouncing all over the place. But I hope this video helped you guys out just a little bit, and just to give you insight of my everyday life, because I know I don't show that often, because I thought it was boring. Because it is. Oh God, I still got some penny items back here I forgot all about. But anywho, I'm about to head into Walmart, and then I'm gonna do a small little video to show you guys different concepts before I grab my groceries on different things that you can do to make some nice simple gift baskets or gifts using Walmart items. It's been requested and I am up for the challenge. Okay, so I hope, like I said, I hope this video helped you guys, gave you guys some inspiration and some insights on kind of how this thing works. I'm not an expert at it, but there's not a lot of basket designers that are full-time entrepreneurs. So I thought I'd just bring you guys along and show you like an insight of how I basically run my everyday life. I'm going to finish my protein shake, and we're going to get on into this store. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.